This is a sidecar. So this will give you, if you're ready to top off a little, then you can just pour it. He's keeping it cold. Yes.
I'm going to slurp a little because
it's really full.
It is really full.
All right. Happy December! Oh my goodness.
We reached the first week of December already. Oh my gosh. Where'd the time go?
Where has the time gone? Well, happy December. Welcome to another Books and Booze podcast episode, right?
Episode something. Yes, welcome.
Right? Now we're losing. That's a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
So losing, just like you stop counting once you turn like 18 or 21. You stop counting.
I don't know. I didn't go past 25.
You didn't go, okay. But anyways, cheers to December. Cheers to you guys. Thank you for joining us on our Books and Booze and our continuation enjoying from the St. Petersburg Distillery. This is a Cosmo.
It's so good.
Oh, wow.
So citrusy.
Yeah, very bright.
So it's a little full, so I got to take another one, okay?
You do that. So we're highlighting with this book, Thank and Grow Rich, which thank you so much for recommending it. I had read Think and Grow Rich a long time ago, but I love her spin on it. She even gives a nod to that, right?
Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich is really about your mindset and processes, and Think and Grow Rich is definitely about mindset.
It is about mindset, yes. Both of them are, but this one, it just dives more into
that frequency.
The frequency of things.
Gratitude.
Yeah, the gratitude frequency, or what she calls the divine buzz.
The divine buzz, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then we've been enjoying from the St. Petersburg Distillery, we had chose their Old St. Pete vodka for this book, but they have a lot of other spirits. Actually, their gin is really good too. We're gin drinkers, so we do love some gin.
But vodka's good too.
Vodka's good because it allows us to do we made our own drinks with it one week. I think we had a Bloody Mary another week. We did. This is a Cosmo.
This is the Cosmo.
Yeah,
the first week, Mule.
Yeah, absolutely. Really yep. Very good. So anyways, been enjoying that. And here we go. We are wrapping up the last few parties. Actually, we're at a 7-day countdown is what we are. So, if you're tuning in onto this on Saturday when we post it, you got next week to wrap up your gratitude and your Thank and Grow Rich, right?
Yes.
And what I like that she points out in this book, she's not saying this to make the dollars in your bank account grow rich, but there's so many other ways to be rich and abundant.
Yeah, it's not about, that's a nod to the very first episode that we talked about, Think and Grow Rich. It's not about the dollars in there. It's more than that, because actually the numbers on the screen don't matter as much as what you're feeling in your heart and your soul.
Very true. Now, does money relieve stress?
Oh, of course.
A lot of times.
Of course. A lot of times, but money also comes with its own set of problems.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've seen that. So, party game 21. Like I said, we are on the 7-party countdown here. I love this. Channel your inner 6-year-old. Like, this is so great, right?
Yeah.
Like, she talks about, have you ever taken a walk with a 4-year-old?
They have the most fascinating conversation.
Mommy, a butterfly! Oh, look at that. Right? Every little thing wows them, right?
They're like the masters of noticing everything beautiful.
Everything, and everybody is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And even if they're shy, they're not judgmental, right? They might be scared for their own person, right?
I love them.
And they know how to pretend.
Yes.
If they want to be a doctor, poof.
They're like master visualizers.
They're a doctor.
Yeah, right? So great. Yeah.
So I like this one because I think it is so good to kind of remember what it's like when we're little, and especially coming into the holiday season, right? And so much of the holidays, once you're a parent, you lie to yourself and say we do it for the kids.
No, I don't lie to them. I do it for me, guys, okay? I watch Polar Express every time I put up the Christmas tree for me. Yeah, for
You
the
still hear
kids.
the bell?
Oh, I do too. I tell them all the time. I still hear the bell.
Yep.
And I still get the hot cocoa, and I'm still singing the hot cocoa song on the train. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. Yes. Good movie. Absolutely. But that's what I loved about this one, right? Like, especially as we're coming into December, just seeing everything through the lens of a child.
Yeah.
And I even, talk about this often. I love listening to other people that have found success and are willing to share their wisdom and guide. And Jim Rohn is one that I've listened to a lot. And he talks about, he references all the wise people through the ages and even including the Bible. And he doesn't reference it for spiritual reasons, but just it talks about being like a little child, right? And a childlike faith. He says, because adults are too skeptical, is what he says, right? Too cynical.
And it's funny because I really seem to be attracted, as far as in friend circles or something, is everyone who has somewhat of that childlike essence still within them.
Yes.
They make you happy.
They're fun to be around.
Yeah.
They might make you roll your eyes a little, but I think that's secret jealousy, maybe.
You think so?
They wish that they wish they could be as comfortable with dancing like a tree. So I love that one. I think that was really awesome. Definitely a great party to do, especially this time of year.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And so party game number 22, it's not one that I really can, what's the word, empathize with? Connect to, sorry, is thanking your possessions. Marie Kondo likes to go around, and as she's, it's funny, everyone knows Marie Kondo is the one who goes and gets rid of a bunch of stuff and organizes stuff, and, compartmentalized stuff, organized stuff. But what they don't know about her, Marie Kondo is that she goes around and she thanks things. Thank you for this martini glass for holding this delicious drink.
Right?
Absolutely.
Thank you for the Christmas tree.
Yeah,
makes it fun and festive for the season. Right?
Thank you for my sweaters keeping me warm.
Cozy, so
thank you for thank you for my brush that's making sure my hair looks good. Thank you for all your possessions and what they are offering to you. And for me, it's just, I think, and I'm going to repeat something from the book. It says, Windex the window of your awareness. Problems are blessings with mistaken identities. We're not bad people. We're just conditioned. And we say, I'm a failure, or I deserve more than this, or I'll never get what I want, and get on with the frequency of gratitude and realize failure is an impossibility. That resonated with me, and my friend summed it up a lot better, but it resonated with me because it really is, we are conditioned, and that kind of ties into what Kristen was talking about, the childlike essence. 4-year-olds have not been conditioned yet.
Right.
They're still open to everything, the world, the beauty of the world, the beauty of life. They're still open and receiving. They're only conditioned, unfortunately, by us as parents and society to become skeptics. And so let's get back to that. Let's be grateful for everything we have. My blanket, my dog, the seat I'm sitting on, the cushion behind me that's supporting my back, everything. Be thankful for it. Nuances again, little nuances.
Yep, and just shift your mind with that, right?
Yeah.
So at this time of year, right, I feel like we try to run to the store to get something and it's an ordeal because there's so many people there. I also feel like in this time where it's supposed to be joy, and families talk about finally getting to see each other because maybe they only see each other at Christmas or the holidays, quote unquote, right? And then everybody's rushing out to the stores because there's an element of expectation for gift giving and everything like that, right? So we all put these pressures on ourselves. And you get out into the world and you just try to function on, I just need to go buy bread and peanut butter, and somebody else is trying to stock up for what they're doing for a holiday party. So they're in a different mindset, they're stressed and things like that. Yeah. And her party game number 23, I love. It's Save a Life Today.
I like that one too. That resonates with me, especially
so
during Black Friday shopping.
Right.
Gotta go in the mindset.
These help, right? But so she talks about, I think she uses the word palooka, which I really wasn't sure what that meant. But as you read context clues, she's referring to somebody who's just a real jerk or rude or somebody just nobody really likes because they're just
a Scrooge,
right?
Yeah.
And basically it's the idea of killing them with kindness and treating them like your new best friend.
Yes.
And I think, don't we all have things about ourselves that are secretive to us?
Yeah.
It might be some pain that we're dealing with, either physical or emotional, right?
Yeah.
Or we
all have our
stressful.
story.
We all have a story,
yeah.
and it's all a relevant story, but everyone else doesn't necessarily know your story. They only know what you're putting out there, right? So you might be in your head of just like, oh my gosh, I don't really know how I'm going to pay the mortgage next month. I've got 2 kids who are just so excited for Christmas, and I can't even put food on the table. And then somebody comes over to your house like, Merry Christmas. And you're like, yeah, sure. And
what's so merry about it?
Kill their mood, right? And so now all of a sudden you're deemed the Scrooge, but nobody knows what you're going through inside, right? Now, this book is to help you with that mindset of what's going on inside, but all we can influence is what we personally do. So, Save a Life Today. I love this one, especially this time of year. Yeah. And it's what really gets me through the hectic season, especially being in retail, right? Like, we just came out of the busiest shopping week of the year. And we're about to come in. Yep, crazy. Exactly. Yeah. And then really the 2 weeks leading into Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, like it's just so big for so many cultures. Yeah. So people can be stressed because they have in their mind what they want to accomplish. But if you can just take that person who's the rudest and be content with who you are, love yourself, but love them too. Even a complete stranger.
It really is. And so what I love is this actually leads into the next party game, which is laser love to everyone and everything you see. So one of the things I actually really love to do is, you just go in and you spread your love and your gratefulness and have a smile on your face. And even if that person is a Scrooge and they're just, you come with a big smile on your face and you're just overly nice to them to the point where, like in the last episode, they think you're a salesperson, and what's the catch?
Right.
But you're just really you are throwing, it's a twofold thing. You're throwing love out there to everyone, gratitude to everyone, but it's also a barrier too, because when you're throwing love and gratitude out to everyone, it's throwing up, what we talk about, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you throw at me sticks right back to you, because you're putting up that barrier saying, hey, I'm here to give you love. I'm here to help you. I'm here to, be thankful for you. And I know you're not receiving me at the moment, but I know a little bit of what I'm throwing is going to stick to you, but what you're throwing at me is not going to stick to me.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Be the bigger person, but not in a malicious way.
Right? Yeah, and it's not malicious. Actually, I think those are like my happiest challenges is when I see someone that's a little down and out and, just struggling and just taking the time to speak with them. I don't need to know what's going on with them unless they're willing to tell me, but just to speak with them and see that there's another side.
Or just make them feel valued.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody just needs to be heard.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. And how easy to do that. Like, we're all going to be waiting in lines, even if we're not buying into the mass, gift purchasing. We're not going to necessarily be in line at Target, but we're going to be at the grocery store probably. Yeah. Right? Because we got food to cook or
and then the cashier who's ringing your groceries up or checking you out. She's probably come across a bunch of belligerent people who are not being very friendly to her because they're stressed out because of their own stories they have. Be not that person, and spread the love to her. And I love, one of the top things I love to do during this season is when I do run into a service worker or a tradesman, and I know they're working extra hard because of the season, I thank them. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate you working today. I can imagine the clientele has been a little rough, but I want to thank you for continuing to do what you do, because I needed to be able to do what I needed to do, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
I love that. Kind of borrowing it up from our last episode, right?
Yeah.
Like, loving yourself enough that you can love others and thank them.
Yeah. And it really does make a difference. I can't tell you how many times in Publix, which is our local grocery store for anyone who's not from Florida, just coming in, especially, the 2 days before Christmas when everyone's stocking up on their groceries, they're working very long hours and hard too, because the lines are always really long, and just coming in and just saying, hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I see it's 7:00. Looks like you got a few more hours to go. And I can't wait to go. Like, well, I really appreciate you doing this. Thank you.
That is, for somebody who's been in the trenches, if you will, of retail for years, it is not very often that you hear that from the customer, right? They come in as a paying customer, expected to be treated well, and they should, right? Like, if I want my business to grow, I want my customers to feel like they're my number one priority. So I'm being paid, if you will, to do that, right? Because that's my business. But it is really nice when a customer turns the script and says, thank you, appreciate what you do, appreciate the time you're putting in. Yeah. So love that. What a great, goodness, this book is just so well placed for the season. I really have to.
I didn't think because I knew it right away. She's like, what book are we going to read for November? I was like, Think and Grow Rich. Because we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, it has a title and everything in there.
It's so perfect. Well.
Uh-oh. I got it. I was like, wait, what? I got it.
All right. Party game number 25 is to spread contagious laughter. So, here's more. Have more.
I'm going to get another one.
Okay, so spread contagious laughter as often as possible is her next party game to play. And I know we're already having a great time when we do these. We don't make these stressful, right? Like, we're not trying to make it perfect. If we bloop, thank goodness for Kevin, and he can cut things out. But now at this point, the dogs go walking by, we hear their clitter clatter. We mess up on something we want to say, we laugh through it, right?
Yeah.
Spreading laughter. Oh my gosh, what great medicine.
It really is.
Right?
And I have to tell you, I know someone personally who's very close to my heart that is fantastic at spreading laughter, and that is my husband. And he's just genuine in the way he does it. It's just, I've witnessed how infectious it can be.
Absolutely.
It just is so natural that you start laughing and everyone around you starts laughing.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden now the vibration in the room went from being damper to bright and lively.
Right, and so
and
well
to
feel
it.
Yes, absolutely. So love that one. And what was eye-opening to me is, I do love my statistics and my facts and things like that. Pam puts in here how many studies have been done on fear. When she wrote this, I think 2016, maybe, if I remember correctly, there were over 6,000 studies done on fear. But there were only 175 on the benefits of laughter.
Yeah.
Now, laughter, take it to plants, right? Like, I remember Kevin telling me about a study that had been done on plants, and plants that were raised with, thank you, darling.
Welcome.
Plants that have been raised not listening to any music at all,
yeah.
I'm going to wait till we're done with that, because there we go.
Oh, sorry.
No. Plants that have been, maybe whoever was taking care of them didn't say anything to them, or there was no music playing, and then plants that listened to maybe happy music, or whoever was taking care of them said, "Oh, don't you look beautiful today?"
Yeah.
Right? And the plants that thrived were the ones that had positive affirmations to them, or positive music.
I ran that experiment in school.
You did?
So I was in 5th grade. Hi, Mrs. Cox, if you're watching. I was in 5th grade, and we had to run an experiment, and we had 2 plants on 2 different sides of the room, 2 different pots, and so everyone had to go and only speak negative words to the plant, tell it it's ugly and it's disgusting and all this other stuff. And then you would go over to the other plant, and then you would go and tell the plant how beautiful it is. And we ran the experiment. It was 30 days. I wasn't very good at the experiment because I would see everyone talking bad to the other plant, and I would sneak over and be like, "You're not really ugly."
You threw the test.
I know. I did that, but it did. Even with me coming over there trying to console it, It did. It really
didn't do as well as
it started
that got love and
it started. You would see like the little leaves that were starting to fall off of it, but the other one was starting to blossom a little bit better. Yeah, it was sad until one point. Teacher's like, okay, the experiment's done. I'm like, thank God, this poor plant's gonna be dead. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So powerful. It is real. I liked also kind of the recap she gave of, I think it was Dr. Snooter. I hope I'm saying that right. How he went into study and his goal as a doctor was just to end ailments and suffering, right? I would hope somebody who's going into that field, that would be their goal.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, he found quickly, he was able to take care of physical ailments, but really where the issue was with people's mental ailments.
Yes.
And he actually left the field of medical practice to help people retrain their mind. Yeah. And by retraining their mind, they fixed a lot of the problems without the need of medicine and things like that. Now, this is not a disclaimer saying you don't need, the medical field is amazing. I mean, my mom is a walking miracle of a balance of faith and medicine, right? She had a tumor on her spinal cord.
Oh, wow.
And breast cancer. And
did not know that.
Yes, and through an amazing team of doctors and a lot of prayer. I do believe it was a twofold. I truly do. I don't think it could have been one or the other.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right? And she loves her doctor. She does need to, because it was deemed a stage 4 cancer, so she does do monthly checkups still. But I mean, my goodness, I think we're going on 6 years, no evidence,
wow,
which is huge and amazing. But I'll tell you, this woman has a band of prayer warriors. She prays herself and just keeps herself very focused on that she has purpose and so much love to give. And I think when people put themselves in that mindset, they can come through ailments that are going to happen, right?
Yeah.
There's so many reasons that people get different things that are outside of their control. It's arguable that there's environmental things that could cause physical ailments that is a scientific, realistic thing. And that's not anything somebody did wrong, right? They didn't get cancer because they were a bad person, right?
Yeah.
So, but mindset is truly half the battle. And we didn't go into it in other episodes, but Pam even recounts people that had gone through horrible accidents or things, and just through the power of wanting goodness and love and healing, that these things can happen.
Yeah, they were able to overcome.
Yes, absolutely.
Have another martini later.
Yeah. I think that's what they Cosmos are like.
Oh, martini. Sorry, look, I even have the drink.
No, but there's a martini glass. You're right, but Cosmo. Cheers. Happy holidays, everybody. But yeah, so spread contagious laughter, because laughter is the best medicine, right?
I like that one. It is true, though. Just smiling. They actually say, I don't know who's they, but I read it somewhere, that laughing actually burns more calories too. So laugh away, ladies.
Laugh
and
away.
Gents, laugh away. We can all get skinny that way.
Right?
Don't worry about the smile lines. It's okay.
No, that's a good thing. This is the crow's feet of smiles. That's a very beautiful thing.
My friend George would say that's what Botox is for.
Right?
So, going into party game number 26. All right. Refusing to talk smack. Mm-hmm. So, think about it. Talking smack and gossip is so entertaining. It really is. If you think about it, being able to compare yourself, thinking you're better than someone else, all of that good stuff is entertaining, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a breeding ground of negative thoughts. It's a breeding ground of negative attitudes, and self-destructive behavior.
Right.
So refusing to do that and just really focusing on talking good about it. It's that old adage, if you don't have something good to say, then don't say it at all.
Yep.
I mean, it came from somewhere and it rhymes true here. Don't talk negative. Don't be a carrier. If you're coming in with negative feelings about someone, they did you wrong, and then you go and I had something bad happen, horrible that happened to me, and then I go and I talk to Kristen. I'm a firm believer that energy transfers, just like physics, energy does not die, it is transferred. So I'm taking that negative energy and I'm now transferring it to my friend over here.
Yep.
So just not talking about it at all, not being the carrier for it.
Yep.
It is really the best medicine to stop.
Yep. I completely agree.
Yeah.
And not talking about others, right? And talking some smack about somebody else, but not talking smack about yourself.
Yes. I'm like one of those. I will tell you, I'm one of those that I for the longest time, and I still have my moments where I have a hard time accepting compliments. And what I would do is when someone would throw a compliment at me, I'd be like, oh no, girl, you're so, you know what? Don't talk.
Deflect.
Yeah, deflect. What are you talking about? Your booty looks good too, or something like that. That's just like kind of going around and saying, don't, that doesn't really happen to me. It's happening to you, just throw it right back at them. Deflect, like Kristen says.
And versus
just receiving it and say, thank you. Yeah. You're so sweet. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate You made me feel good,
And one of the things I like that Pam points out in there, and that different people have had their aha moments, is how can you expect good things and abundance, richness to come to you if you can't be grateful and accepting of what you have? So this is not talking smack, yet agreed. Let's not talk smack about others, not get in on that negativity, but let's not talk smack about ourselves and what we already have. Like I said, I think I shared before, Kevin and I have been on a journey, and there's been times where things were really, really tight, and it'd be easy to talk smack like, oh, or us, or this sucks, and things like that. Yes. But there's one of my best Christmases ever. Our kids were, only 10, 11 years old, and we told them, this is not going to be a Christmas of gifts, guys. We don't have the money for that. But what we are going to do is everybody's going to make a certificate, and we are going to have gifts that we can do for others, and that will be the gift that we give.
Oh, what a great idea.
I'll tell you, as a mom, on that Christmas Eve, it was really hard because, you want to give your kids things, right? They go to school and they talk about, oh, so-and-so just got this, and they're watching these commercials on TV, and when you're a parent, you somewhat bought into wanting your kids to have everything they dream about. And so to have that talk with them was hard, but that was one of our best Christmases ever. There was so much joy.
Sorry, guys, I'm going to stand up and have to give her a hug.
It was like, oh, thank you.
I love you.
Thank you. I think it was beautiful because of how well our boys did with it too. They were fine with it. They understood that presents did not mean love, right? Presents made things fun.
That was the best gift you could have gave them.
Looking back at it now, at the young men that I have, I completely agree with you.
That was the best gift you could have given them. Look, she's giving me a cry, guys. These are happy tears.
You're supposed to laugh.
You got
controlably, and here we are.
I'm trying to burn calories, girl.
But, this time of year especially is, we're talking about being thankful for things. Well, and not talking smack. We could have been like, yeah, life's just too rough right now. We're not even going to have a Christmas. No, we found a way. And yes, it started with how Kevin and I worded things, right? How we delivered it, how we looked at it, influenced how they perceived it, and it spread that ripple effect.
Yeah.
And so, they came up with their own gifts of things. I didn't have to prompt them. They knew, that Dad doesn't normally have time to take care of his car, nor will he spend money on himself for his car. So they cleaned his car for him.
Aww,
you know what I mean?
just sweet.
Right? Kevin does everything for the family, but he won't do things for himself. And, so just the fact that they thought of that, and it was a beautiful Christmas, and to this day, one of my favorite. Yes.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet.
We didn't let the smack talk get to us. We stayed thankful for each other. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, but look at what you did. That's a fantastic gift. What you did for your kids in that moment is going to ripple for the rest of their lives. And it will ripple for their wife, kids, daughters, dogs.
I'm so proud of your boys.
Yeah,
Okay.
such good boys.
You're right. It ripples through everything that we're grateful for.
It does. It ripples through everything. It's going to ripple through their entire lives. And when they decide to have children of their own, they're going to be able to have that same mentality with their kids. So, fantastic job, Mom.
All right.
I forgot where we're at. Where are we at?
Well, you did the refuse to talk smack, and we sure went down that path and elaborated and went back to others. But our final game of the evening, and the final game in the book, is party game 27, and she calls it the Jimmy Fallon game. And she says, treat everyone like they are a celebrity and have fun with them. And, it kind of goes back to a few chapters earlier. But at this time of year, I think especially is a time to roll out the red carpet for everybody, right? Doesn't matter whether you know them or not. It's easy to do things for your friends and maybe your family, depending on the relationship, but easy to do it for your friends, right? My friend Sarah calls it the family she chooses, right? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sean. But treating everybody like a celebrity. And if we all did that, what would the world feel like, right?
Great.
Right?
It would feel fantastic.
Moro it up, right?
Yeah.
Like, love yourself, love everybody, and things like that. But she also goes on, think of the Jimmy Fallon show, right? They do dance-offs, they do fun games, right?
Yeah,
like, his show is just fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I think that this was, at first I was like, that's how she's going to end it? Because some other ones resonated emotionally with them, with me,
okay.
right? But then when I think about her entire book, and she wraps up, treat everybody amazing. You can't treat other people amazing if you don't appreciate yourself.
Yeah.
You may not be able to tell yourself you love yourself yet, but you can appreciate it. You cannot be good to other people if you can't see the good in yourself. It's impossible.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is very true.
And when you get to a point that you can love yourself and tell yourself you're okay just the way you are, then you can do even better for other people. Make them feel like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Have dance-offs with them. We're still trying to get Kevin to dance in public. I'm trying. We'll get there. But just have those fun things with everybody. And she summed up, it's basically everything in the book, right? Like,
yeah. Actually, I like going through. I'm like, yeah, it is. It was a great summary. Just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't feel like a chore. So when I say a chore, when I first went down this journey of doing the 30-day experiment based on the party games that were in Pam's book, there were days I skipped. There were things, life happened, certain things. I don't know. I had to catch a 3 a.m. flight. So I didn't have my normal morning routine, but I would do some of the things in the game. I just didn't have my morning routine where I had it fixated on certain games. And what ended up happening is guilt would creep in, and then I'd get down on myself like, no, you needed to do that. You forgot. And you forgot the fun. I forgot the fun. So it's like rounding back off again and saying, hey, have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good time with it. It doesn't matter if you do all 27 or not. Even if you just do half of them, and then you try to make an effort of acknowledging grateful things happening to you every single day, you've won the battle, because the reality of it is most people go through this world and their life and their experience on this planet, not acknowledging all the good things that are happening to them every single day.
Like I said, we're made from stardust.
Dinosaurs.
And there's like 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 cells in us that all came from one cell divided. Like, there's so much amazingness about just us being. What did she put in there? Free water falls from the sky. Rain.
Yeah, exactly.
But, wow, right?
It's incredible. We are walking miracles. We really are.
Yeah, and everything itself is a miracle and special. And it's here to bring joy and happiness if we let it.
Yes.
Right? That's the thing. You have to be open and willing
to allow it to be a part of you and your experience. Because everyone here, we all have our own experience in this life. And as long as you're open to experiencing new things and new abundance and Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I can go. I just knew anything good, right? If you're allowing that into your being, wow, everything will change for you. Your entire perception, your entire being will change the way you view your experience in this life.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Did I mumble a lot?
No, not at all.
I just, it's funny because I feel like sometimes I go on these rants and I just zone out, and then I go back,
You're
I'm like,
on the mission.
Did I make coherent sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and I think, when you read this book, there are a lot of chapters that repeat concepts because if the baseline concept is wake up every day and be ready to think, be thankful for what you see, what you have, what you do, what you are, and then write your day, right? Start off, something amazingly awesome is going to happen today. And when something bad doesn't happen, and when something bad happens, allow it. Don't let it happen to you. You would allow it to happen. Own it. Claim it. Learn from it.
And
but don't let it hold you hostage, right? And when somebody else is emitting this negativity, love them through it. Treat them like a celebrity. Try to get them to dance. Maybe not. But dance yourself, right?
And I love that. She's so good at summarizing stuff, guys. She's like so good.
This book was amazing.
Yeah, I'm so glad you liked it.
I loved it. Thank you for the recommendation.
You're so welcome. And so that brings me to December's book.
Yep.
So we were kind of going back and forth about what's the best book to recommend. I had offered 2 books. But I think we came to a consensus that Atomic Habits is going to be our next book. And that's going to be kind of a dive into how to make moderate changes to your habits, but it's really just so it can catapult you to the next level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that'll be a great way to wrap up the year because, like we were discussing, the month of December and everything we're going through, it's great having family around, right? It's great having Christmas and celebrating the holidays, but let's acknowledge that sometimes at this end of the year phase, some people start really recollecting on how the year went. And some can feel it went good, some can feel it went bad, some can feel it didn't
change.
There was no change and they're ready for a change.
Yep.
And so I feel like, we feel like this book would be a great addition to kind of just transition everyone to the next year.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Cheers to our friendship.
Yes.
Right? Cheers. Thank you for the book. Cheers to you guys for joining in, and happy December. And thank you for joining another Books and Booze.
So we're working on our tagline, guys.
Yes.
So
put some ideas down below.
Yeah, put some ideas down below. This will be the 4th one we're going to go through right now. So get a book. Here we go.
Grab some booze.
Grab some booze. And
grab a book. I know you're beautiful.
I know you're beautiful. Yeah.
Burn a bra.
It was burn a bra. It was, what was the other one that we had? Stay sexy? No.
Stay classy.
Stay classy. It could be stay sexy. We're open for suggestions, guys, okay? Comment below.
I'm a fan of alliteration, right? So if we got books, booze, we were looking for another B. But
I don't think there's some really dirty stuff that comes to my head, and I don't think that should be on YouTube.
Right?
So if you guys can come up with anything else, let us know. Okay?
Help us. All right, friends. Happy December. Cheers to y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. No.
Hey, Chris! We're ready!
Yay!
Yay! Dancing! Hi, girls! Pitter patter.
Oh, good. I want to chill too.
Let's go chill.
Let's go chill.
Light up a fire for a second.
We're done. We clocked out, guys.
I'll look at this.